This morning's project is going to be breathing new life into this old bike. Unfortunately, the battery is dead. It needs to be changed. The other unfortunate aspect is the battery is under the gas tank, which means the seat needs to come off, the side panels, the chrome as well as the painted, and then the tank in order to get to the battery. So I've made a cheat sheet making this video because I've seen one other video on YouTube related to removing the tank, or rather changing the battery, and that was on a newer model. This is a 98, and the newer model was like 2000 or 2001, where they have quick disconnect clamps for the fuel lines, the two fuel lines. Unfortunately, this version of the bike does not have the fuel lines quick disconnect. So my cheat sheet is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 steps. Pop off the chrome panels, remove the color panels, take off the tank bolts. There's also removing the seat and the seat bolts in between, pinching together the wires on the plug while pulling the tank will help get it uncoupled. Again, these are condensed instructions. I picked up a pair of these hose pinchers, one for the top fuel line and one for the return. Clamp the tubes, lift the tank, swap the battery, and do everything in reverse. So I'll do a quick walk around, and I don't think I will video actually doing it because that's going to be challenging. When I say challenging, it's because the camera will be in the way of everything. So to remove the seat, I can't remember, these are all metric bolts, M6, 7, or 8, can't remember which one. So one on each side, and then lift the seat up, pull off the chrome panel, pull off the color panel, and that will allow me to see the bolts for the gas tank. And I believe there is one air, I think it's down here. I've done this before, but it was a long time ago. I think it's this, yes, it's this wire, which is the equivalent of an air hose. You can see it, maybe you can't see it. There it is dangling, and there it is dangling. We'll have to see how much of this I edit out. And then same thing on the other side. And the right side of the bike is where right about here, or rather here is where the two fuel lines are that I will be pinching off. And then I have to figure out how to get the gas tank off, up and off, and onto something safe. All right, these two bolts, which were M4s, I believe. I took pictures. 2 bolts and the seat just lifts off. Now time for these. You can see there's the gas tank bolts. So I'll interlace my speaking video with some of the pictures of what I was doing. So the chrome panel needs to come off before this because there are 2 M3 screws right there, and there's the rolled up toolkit. All right, seat, color panels, and chrome panels are off, along with the toolkit. That's what's left in terms of bolt on each side. There's the battery we're trying to get to. And I'll show you the other side with the fuel lines. Here are the 2 fuel lines. So this is known as the top, and that's why I labeled the hose pincher top. This is the return, so fuel, return. And we'll pinch these, put a towel here for the dribbles. I think we have to disconnect this as well. I'll double check that. So I've clamped these off and loosened the OEM clamps, sprayed a little WD-40 to try and lube that before I ease those out, because I've heard they're delicate and stubborn, and a towel for the drips. I ended up moving these back. These were a little stubborn, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't pinching the plastic. And as you can see, we've got little bits of dribble that the towel caught. and now it's time for the tank to come off. So even though this air hose wasn't listed in the instructions, there's another air hose or another hose that's connected to the tank that I cannot get loose. So I'm going to balance the tank and swap the battery. New battery in and tighten down, and I will strap it in a second and then put things back together. I will not video, I don't think, putting it back together because it's the reverse of what I have just showed, but I'll show it all together. And a now running bike once again.